What's up, SyEn3rgetic crew, and thank you for tuning in to Let's Learn Business Series, Part 2 of Contagious, Why Things Catch On. If you missed Part 1, you can check it out here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and go ahead and give yourselves a pat on the back because this is the process of building a business. The only thing we lack is knowledge. There are certain people that actually will make you pay for this information, but I'm giving it. Go ahead and give yourselves a pat on the back because this is the process. If you don't have a business, this is the process of starting your business. And if you already have a business out there but just trying to get it to grow, this is the process of you doing that. So go ahead and give yourselves a pat on the back because this is only going to direct your business mindset in the right direction so that you can make smart business choices for yourself, or you can pass the knowledge down to others as well. So, we are in part 2 of Contagious, Why Things Catch On, which is a book by, and basically a little bit about the process and the psychology of what goes on behind the scenes of why people are so attracted to certain brands or products or services in regards to others. And it explains, as you learn, you're going to learn how to make your posts go viral, make your business be more attractable, and put certain products and services out there that people are automatically going to snap to real quick. And it could be anything. So don't get discouraged if you think you don't have the best music or the best, I don't know, necklace or the best crystals or anything like that. Don't get discouraged because all you need is a knowledge. And as long as you're putting the people will come to you because eventually you will be seen and your product or service will be acknowledged. And if it turns out you guys like this video, I'd appreciate it if you subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you need to do to stay updated and get this free business knowledge so that you can advance your business even further, because that's what this whole series is about, is advancing your business to the next level and the next level. Alright, so without further ado, let's get started. So, in part 1 we stopped at social transmission. So that's where we're going to begin today. So social transmission, social influence, and word of mouth. Also, if you guys have a notebook or Evernote or some type of note-taking app or anything, I highly recommend you take notes so you can take this information with you and use it whenever you need it. That way you have it on deck. So anyway, social transmission, social influence, and word of mouth. People share more than 16,000 words per day, and every hour there are more than 100 million conversations about brands, which you do the math. That's a lot. You tell me that one of these people and one of these words is not going to be about your business? You just need to know how to do it. So, the things people tell us have a significant impact on what we think, read, buy, and do, because word of mouth is the primary factor that's behind 20 to 50% of all purchasing decisions, and thus they catch on. Typo. So let me scroll down so you guys can see it. Okay. And pause it if you need to finish the notes, but I'm just going to keep going. Let me start over. I'm going to cut that out. A word of mouth conversation by a new customer leads to an almost $200 increase in restaurant sales, and a 5-star review on Amazon leads to approximately 20 more books sold than a 1-star review. Now, don't worry if you don't have a restaurant or if you're not a writer and you don't sell books. It's the concept overall that certain conversations and certain reviews or just people talking about your product, your service can lead you to generate more sales. So that is what that is referring to. Word of mouth is more effective than traditional advertising because it's at least 10 times more effective. It's more persuasive, it's more targeted, and advertisements tell us how great a product is, but it's not all that credible because we see advertisements every day on the TV, and sometimes we might think, oh, that they're lying or what. it's not that great. We might have tried the product or service and disagree completely with the ad. So it's not all that credible. But when we speak to our colleagues and our friends and our family about a certain product or service, they'll give it to you straight up. Oh, yeah, that product is trash. Don't get it. Or, oh, yeah, that product is amazing. I tried it, blah, blah, blah. You should buy it. I recommend it. Da, da, da. So that engages the persuasion for you to buy it or not buy it. Ways to target within a target market could be to send a potential customer a product for free in hopes that they'll pass on the word of mouth about that particular product and generate an additional sale. So sometimes, even though you don't want to work for free, you don't want to do anything for free, sometimes that will help you in the long run because you're letting someone, it's like giving a sample. You can even give them a sample of it and not the full thing, like a few, like how Amazon does. If you ever looked up books on Amazon, you get a preview of the book so you can read a little into it first and then decide, oh yeah, well maybe I might like this. Let me go ahead and get it. Or there's people out there that may, like if the beats, people that do music, they may give away a free beat, that a person really likes, and then they also have their other beats, so they go to their other things and they, oh yeah, you're really great. I really like your flow. I really like your style and the way you use instruments. It's has that same effect. The same concept of engaging your potential buyer to buy your product, even though you gave it away for free just the one time, or if it's a new book, you might do it again, or a new product, you might do it again, or you might give away, like if they buy your product, you might give them a little sample gift, one of your other products that you have just to try, and as a thank you. And then that also goes into the customer appreciation, and that will draw the customer back to you, which is so another way is to give that same potential customer a second product for free in hopes that they pass it down to a colleague of interest and generate a sale that way through word of mouth. So even though no sale is generated, you still have a review that will help your business as well as the word of mouth about your products given. So don't lose hope in yourself and don't think, oh, I'm never going to make money because I'm giving it away for free. No, that's actually going to help you. Let me scroll up here. So, generating word of mouth. The best thing about word of mouth is that it's available to everyone, and it helps business to business, B2B companies get new clients from existing ones. So, yeah, this is self-explanatory. Word of mouth, everyone talks about everything. Everyone talks about whatever they do for the day or whatever they see, or whatever they see a funny video, they talk about it. They go to this restaurant, they talk about it. They go to this store and they have poor customer service, they'll talk about it. That people are going to talk. So the primary thing, even if it's may not be your best service or product, and someone says something negative about it, or they leave you a negative review, don't worry, because that's still putting your business brand out there, and they're still talking about you. So don't get discouraged. It's all good. It's all good. And if like your product or your service will speak for itself. Maybe you just had a bad day or a bad experience with that customer. So don't get discouraged. If you know how you do your business and you're primarily on a good positive reviews and positive vibe with your customers, then you don't have anything to worry about if 1 out of 100 give you a bad review. It's always good to try to turn that into a good review before it gets to that point, but it's customers, so you can't please everybody. So companies and organizations feel that if they can get people to talk about their idea or share their content, it'll spread through social media like a virus, making their product or idea instantly popular. But there's two issues with that approach. The focus. Okay, so in the book it asks this question: what percent of word of mouth do you think happens online? The average guesses are somewhere between 50 and 60%. It seems like it makes sense with millions of people using Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat, TikTok, all these sites, which the numbers might be different now because I don't know the year this book was written, but I know it's at least over 2 years old and maybe over 5 years old. I'm not sure. But these numbers might be different now. But we're just going to go off of what the book says because I. So the average guesses are somewhere between 50 and 60%. And it seems like it makes a lot of sense. But the real percentage is 7%. Though this number may seem low and unrealistic, people do spend a lot of time offline, which creates a lot of time for offline conversations. And we tend to overestimate online conversations because it's easy to see. And though offline conversations may not be easy to see, they still hold a great impact on our lives and behavior. And further, we may think online reaches more people, and though it could, not all potential recipients will see every. If you see a post or an ad on Facebook or whatever type of social media that's advertising something you may like, but you know that for whatever reason you kind of just, oh, okay, that's cool. You might save it, screenshot it, whatever, but you know it doesn't really engage you into go like stop everything you're doing and go out there and buy it or use it or whatever you have to do. But if it was your mom or your pops or your friend, and we already touched about this a little earlier, like that's gonna engage your persuasion more than just a random ad or a random post popping up on your timeline, because you trust these people and you've invested time and energy to have conversations with these people and you value what they say. So that's going back to persuading these people, persuading you to buy or not buy a certain product. And online, you know, there's hundreds of and thousands of posts every day, so you're not going to see every little thing you see. Offline conversations tend to be more in-depth, more prevalent, and potentially more impactful than online conversations. Social media platforms are technologies, not strategies. Word of mouth marketing is only effective when people are talking. People can post all the time, but that doesn't necessarily mean people will talk about your post. As of, yeah, see, that's why I put yearbook there, because of the numbers. I'm not sure. But as of the year of the book, 50% of YouTube videos have fewer than 500 views. And only a third of 1% will receive more than 1 million views. So you see, when you see all these people now with over 1 million views on their YouTube, according to this book and the year it was written, that is only 1/3 of 1% of all the videos on YouTube. And 50% have less than 500 views. So that says a lot about how the misconception can come from online being the way to go viral and just posting online, posting. Harnessing the power of word of mouth, online or offline, requires understanding why people talk and why people talk about some things more than others. The psychology of sharing, the science of social transmission, and that is what this book is about. One common intuition is that generating word of mouth is all about finding the right people, and that certain individuals are just more influential than others. Some may argue that social epidemics are by the efforts of a handful of exceptional special people whom this guy Malcolm Gladwell calls mavens, connectors. The other argue that 1 in 10 people tell the other 9 people how to buy, what to buy, when to buy, blah blah blah, etc. And marketers spend millions trying to get these people to endorse their products and political campaigns to look for influential people to support their side, with the notion that anything these people touch will turn to gold. And if they adopt or talk about a product or idea, will become popular. So it says, yes, people can be very persuasive, and some have more friends than others, but that doesn't make them any more influential in spreading information or making things go viral. We focus so much on the messenger, we forget the most important part, the message. Like, think about jokes. I like this the example he gave. Think about jokes. We all have friends who can tell jokes better than others, and everyone laughs, but some jokes are so funny that it doesn't even matter who says them. Everyone still laughs. Like, and I put this little note here, like, even extra corny jokes, like, anybody can say it. Like the little popsicle stick jokes that don't make any sense. Now when we say it, Like we say the joke and it's just like so corny, but everyone smiles, everyone's still enjoying the joke. Even though it's super corny, the person may not be the best comedian in the world, they're still laughing at it and they may still laugh about that all day and then go home and talk. So that is how contagious content works. It's so inherently viral that it spreads regardless of whether they have 10 friends or 10,000 friends, and regardless of who. It's just something that just sticks because it's that sense of contagious content. That's what makes people want to pass it on. Like a lot of people think you need to be funny or cute or like drop videos of that. They're just theories. Like ignore the fact that they get millions of views. They never really take off. They aren't the norm. Like going around talking about, oh, this video on Coco Melon or this Achilles video. You don't like if you're a parent, you might, but it's not like people are talking about it everywhere because it's so contagious. It's just a lot of kids watch it, so it gets clicked. I had to check. So to fully understand what causes people to share things, we have to understand what causes people to share things. You have to look at both the and whether certain characteristics are linked to success. So this is the end of part 2. We're going to come back and start off, are some things just born word of mouth worthy? So that's where we're going to start off next time. Make sure you guys, if you like the video, subscribe, like the video, and click the bell so you can stay updated. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in and staying to watch and to advance yourselves, because this knowledge is free and people think they can't. Like a business, when I talk to people about businesses, they think it's like out of this world and they think you got to be as rich as Bill Gates to start one. You don't. You just need to have, it does take a little money because you got to get your resources, but you can start a business with no money as long as you follow the steps. There's tricks for that too. But it's completely doable for the average people. Like look at you or whoever. It's completely doable. You just need the knowledge, and you just need to be in the right mindset. You have to be in an entrepreneur mindset, not a consumer mindset. Consumer is, oh, I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I want to buy this, I want to buy this. You have to bring yourself back and you have to make sacrifices, time, energy, whatever it is. You have to make sacrifices and fit your business into your daily schedule, as busy as it may be. That might be you not working full time and working part time, and the other part time you're working on your business. And yes, it's a drawback, but there's certain steps you have to take, and if you want to get there, you have to refocus and reprioritize your whatever you need to reprioritize so that you can start taking these small steps to eventually blow up and be the big business that you want to be, or and to get your office space or to get your restaurant space or however you want to do it. It's completely doable. Just being said, make sure you guys tune in, and again, if you missed part 1, it will be over here. Just click on it, go ahead, take notes. I highly recommend you take notes. I take notes, and it's a good way to retain information. So if you're serious about building yourself, building your mindset, building your business, and learning what it takes to start from the bottom, then go ahead. Appreciate you guys.